Okay, for this detail, we're going to be working on an Audi A4. We're here in an apartment complex right now. In the process of the video, we're going to go through a couple different products that were sent to us, do a review on those for you guys. That being said, let's jump into the video. So we're here on site. We're going to be detailing an Audi A4 today. We're in an apartment complex. We have a couple products that we are going to be reviewing throughout the video. We have a product that was sent to us by a company called KEBTEK. This is their foam cannon. KEBTEK is out of China. They also sent us a gun with it as well that has a swivel on the gun. Unfortunately, they didn't send us the quick connect, so we're not going to be able to actually test the gun, but it does seem like it's pretty high quality, similar to the MTM. We will be trying out this foam cannon to see how this works, and then we also have a curveball brush from the Detail Factory. So these are the products that we're going to be going over in today's video. Full disclosure, full transparency, this product was sent to us free of charge. We're not being paid to talk about the product. If we ever are being paid to talk about a product, I will disclose that to you guys as always. But I did want to make that clear that we didn't actually purchase this. This was sent to us, and we're going to be giving you an unbiased review on this product. The Detail Factory, the curveball, this one we actually purchased off Amazon just because we've been wanting to try it out. My guy Corum, Director of Operations, said, Jeff, we really need to get one of these curveballs. I want to try it out. So he's going to do the review on this. I'm going to do the review on the foam cannon. That being said, let's jump into it. We got our KEBTEK. We loaded this up with a little bit of GSF, Gentle Snow Foam by Coach Kemi, and some spot-free water. Normally in the Vegas sun, if this was in direct sun, we would have to cool the panels first by spraying down all the panels. Since it's actually here in the shade, the paint's actually nice and cool, so we're just gonna go right to foaming. Let's see how this thing works. So I gotta say, I mean, so far I'm pretty impressed. This is only like a $39 foam cannon for this, I believe. With the gun, the set is like $90 something, but for a $30 foam cannon, this performs pretty close to like the MTM. It's not that far off. It's lightweight, seems pretty sturdy. Looks like it's throwing some pretty good foam. So far not bad. Yeah, hi Corm, if you could not stand on the hose, please, that would help me out.
Do you like the fact that you can see how much you have left?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to say that. Having the clear cannon like that, it's nice. You can kind of see in there. It does have like a little ratio thing on the side. I'm not sure if you can see that in the lighting there, but it's in milliliters, so it tells you, how you could measure it out. The top screws on and off really easy, so ease of use. Overall, I mean, I think it's a pretty good foam cannon for the price. A lot of people think you have to spend $100 for a decent foam cannon or something out there, but I mean, this one's not bad for 40 bucks.
And the funny part is I only put like maybe a tablespoon of GCF.
Yeah, there wasn't much. I mean, you can see in there that it's pretty diluted, so it's not like we had a ton of soap in there. It was maybe 3/4 of a glug of GSF in there, and then about there to spot-free water. So,
and it's given us some pretty nice suds, man. It's sticking really well.
So I'm gonna foam the front again one more time, and then you can use that skull brush over here and let us know what you think about that.
All right, let's do it.
All right, Corum, what you got there?
So I'm sure we've all had this problem with grills where you wash the car and then you look and it still has that nasty haze, and then you gotta stick your finger inside of a microfiber towel and hit every single one. Well, hopefully this will eliminate that. I wanna try this out. I've been looking at it for a while. We finally purchased it. So the car's been foamed down. I'm just gonna dip this in some water for extra lubrication. And then I'm gonna get in this grill area here. I like the grip on it. You can really like get a hold of it as opposed to the little brushes that kind of cramp your hands when you have to hold it super tight.
Yeah.
This thing is nice just for grip wise.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty easy to hold on to.
Yeah.
I hope this shows up okay because the glare off your pasty shins is reflected back into the camera.
It feels like it's putting in work. You know, we'll see after we rinse it and dry it, but
Yeah.
for now it definitely feels like it's putting in some work. The quality of the bristles feel good too. They're not like spreading out super hard. They're staying intact, which is nice.
All right, overall, Corum, how would you rate it? Would you say it's worth the investment?
So, pretty sure this thing is around like 30 or 40 bucks. I would say it's not necessary. You can still wash the car without it, get a microfiber towel, get in the cracks and crevices, but it does make it easier. And as you know, we're all about saving time, especially with how many details we do. So having stuff like this that just makes it easier and faster to get in those little cracks and crevices is always nice. I would give this like an 8 out of 10. I don't really see a downside to having it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't have it, that's fine, but if you can afford to get one, I think that it'll speed up the process, make it easier, make it faster, and just benefit you all around.
Makes sense to me.
Yep.
Let me know what you guys think out there. Have you used this product yet or anything like it? What do you use for your grills? Do you use a microfiber cloth with your fingers jammed in there, or brush? Or let us know. Drop it in the comments below.
Drop it.
So now that the vehicle's all washed up, what's the next step? What do we got going on?
So we're gonna be using Geon Wet Coat, and this is a spray-on, rinse-off application. I like to think of it as, let's think about a caveman, right? He's trying to start a fire with flint and steel, and it's taking 3 hours. He gets the job done eventually, but it takes a long time, right? Well, with Wet Coat, it's like handing that caveman a lighter, and you're like, bud, just start the fire with the lighter. It takes 2 seconds. I know a lot of detailers that are still using hand wax on vehicles. How much time does that add on to your service? An extra 20, 30 minutes? Screw that, man.
At least.
You gotta get up with the times, with the technology. You gotta use Wet Coat. There's a couple other brands on the market that are like them. We've tested all of them, and we personally think that Wet Coat is the best. I know a lot of people say that there's other stuff that's just as good, but in my opinion, I think this stuff is the best. We're gonna show you a little example.
Light it up.
Look at that. So that's flat, right? Flat panel. Just gonna give it a couple sprays here. Missed it. Spray it off. Boom.
Wow.
How long did that take?
Compared to the other one?
5 seconds.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about Wet Coat is it spreads. So you can do one panel here and then spread it over here. So you can work double time with this stuff.
Now, Corum,
Yeah.
how does it work on glass?
So on glass, it works the exact same. So all you do is spray the glass and spread it. And the key with this, I know Jeff has said this in another video, is you want to make sure all the white stuff in the water is off. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but that white stuff that's beading, you want to make sure that's off the vehicle. Because the only thing that will happen if you don't get that off is it could leave streaks, especially in the Vegas sun. So that stuff right there, you want to get that off till it runs clear. But yeah, typically if I wasn't talking and I was working with my head down, I could Wet Coat a vehicle in less than 3 minutes, as opposed to 30 minutes for wax, or putting something in a foam cannon, having to use more water as a mobile detailer. The less water you use, the better, right?
Sounds good to me. We'll let you get back to it.
So Jeff, we've had a couple companies reach out to us and want us to review a couple of their products. Recently we had Cerakote reach out because we were using their headlight restoration, and they sent us a couple products. So we're gonna review one of those right now, which is, what is that?
This is the Rapid Ceramic Interior Detailer and Protectant by Cerakote. So we're gonna apply this on. We're here on our next detail, a Dodge Hellcat. We just cleaned up the wheels, vacuumed it out. We're gonna start on the interior now, try some of this out and see how it works. All right, so we're just gonna throw a little of this on the rag here, get up close. Seems like it cleans pretty well. I like that it leaves like a nice kind of matte, like neutral finish. It's not greasy. It doesn't leave like an Armor All like greasy residue behind or anything. It's just like a nice kind of like a factory look to it. What do you think?
I think it looks great. I don't know if they can see it super well because it's pretty dark in there, but
yeah,
I think it looks really good.
Put your leg over here and it'll reflect the sun into here and we can get a better look. All right, so let's just see how this, I gotta stand up.
Yeah.
These aren't spots on here. That's the reflection of the water spots on the glass there, but actually looks really nice. I'm kind of digging this like finish that it leaves here.
It like flashes, like you can see.
Yeah. It's like at first it looks like it's gonna be kind of like wet and greasy, but then it almost just dries up within about 10 seconds, and it just leaves this like nice neutral, like new finish to it. It's not super shiny, but it just looks nice and clean, like you would get it from the dealership essentially.
Yeah, this looks really good. I'm actually impressed.
Nice work, Cerakote.
So about this product, man, I mean, most detailers will do like a full wipe down and then they'll go back in with a different product and do like a shine, like a protectant.
Yeah, I think that's one of the kind of cool benefits about this product is it seems like it's just more of like a one step where you can just put this on and you don't have to go back and apply a second product to shine. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like it. I definitely like the results, the way that it looks. Let us know what you guys think out there. Have you ever tried this product? Rapid Ceramic Interior Detail and Protected. We'll drop a link on it below. Check it out.
Okay, Big Jeffrey, it's heating up out there. We just got done with that Hellcat. What are we doing now, man?
It's time for a lunch break. We didn't pack any sandwiches today, so we're going to head over to one of our local favorite spots, Teriyaki Madness, the T-Mads. We'll get us some teriyaki chicken and rice bowls, kind of restock up our energy supply, and then it's off to do the last car of the day is going to be an Aston Martin SUV, so heading over to do that, and we'll update you guys at the next spot. Cut. We're here at the next location. We just finished up our lunch over at Teriyaki Madness. Crazy delicious. Place is awesome. We are at what I would consider to be an ideal location for detail. We got covered parking here, open parking lot. It's about 95, 96 degrees today in Las Vegas, extremely hot for this time of year. So we're very fortunate to be able to work in the shade. We're gonna be working on this beautiful, brand new 2025 Aston Martin SUV. This is one of my VIP clients. I detail multiple cars for this client. He also has a Lamborghini Urus, Range Rover, and a Tesla as well. So they've been a long-standing maintenance client of mine now for going on almost 2 years.
So Jeff, I'm looking to clear something up for a lot of detailers. I hear people saying customers and clients all the time. What's the difference between a customer and a client to you? Like, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, that's a good question. A lot of people confuse the difference in that, or they just assume that it means exactly the same thing. The primary differences are going to be, a customer is going to be more of like someone that's seeking like a one-time transaction. Give an example of what I'm talking about. Like maybe they drove into Vegas for the weekend and they're just here for a couple days, but they want to get their car cleaned while they're here. They're not looking for an ongoing long-term relationship with you as a business, right? It's just a transaction for them. They're less likely to be the type of people that are going to leave you a review because they don't really feel like any loyalty to you or to your business moving forward. It's a one-time transaction. The opposite side of that would be a client like this is one of my VIP clients where they're looking for that relationship. They want to build a relationship with a business, have that rapport with you, that trust factor with you, to where you're going to be coming back over and over again to service their vehicles. They're also going to be more likely the type of person that's going to leave you a review for your business, because as they get to know you, they want to help you succeed and to grow as well. So that's going to be primarily the difference between a customer versus a client.
So Jeff, now that we understand the relationship between a customer and a client, I think you just gave everybody a small little secret to your success, having a business for only 2 years, generating over 6 figures continuously, never having a month below 12K, and having months, you know, towards that 20 to 30K mark, is that relationship between you and the client and how you build it and how you get those reviews. Kind of touch on that a little bit for them.
Yeah, no, I think those are great points, Corum. I think really what it really comes down to in business or just in life in general is it's about relationships, about facilitating those relationships, building that rapport with them, creating long-standing relationships with your clients or just with people in general in life is one of the major keys to success, is having those long-term relationships.
Now, it's no secret that a lot of detailers are very, I don't want to say shut down, but they're not very personable. Most people, yeah, they're very introverted. People want to put their heads down. They want to get the job done. They don't really like the interaction part, the talking part. Is that something that we're going to address in the Legends community for them and kind of teach people how to speak and how to communicate with their clients? Yeah,
for sure. I know, like earlier on in my younger years, I was somewhat more introverted too, until I started bartending and getting into sales positions where it forces you to kind of have that face-to-face contact with people and talk to them, especially in sales where your paycheck depends on it essentially, right? So it's learning to just kind of come out of your shell a little bit and be able to talk to people and get comfortable with them. And it is something that's really necessary in this business to get comfortable talking to customers, both on the phone as well as in person. And that's going to greatly help you succeed in getting reviews for your business, as well as building those long-term relationships where clients will want to keep coming back to you for that experience that you provide to them.
All right, Jeff, let's jump into the detail.
Let's do it.
Hey, Jeff, so while you're sitting on your bucket of wisdom doing those tires, I got a couple questions for you that I read in the comments, okay?
Fire away, Quorum.
All right, the first one is, how do you deal with the heat as a mobile detailer, especially in the dry desert of Las Vegas?
Yeah, it's pretty brutal, not gonna lie. We're in April right now and it's already 96 degrees, and to think that it's gonna get approximately 20 degrees hotter in midsummer is already tripping me out. It's one of those things where you start to adapt as it gets hotter, but you really have to be prepared in the sun. You gotta wear the sleeves when you're in direct sunlight. You wanna have a hat that covers your face, neck, sunscreen on your face as well. It's important to stay hydrated. Not just drink water, but you gotta drink electrolytes. A lot of electrolytes, because if you just primarily drink water, it's gonna flush all the salt out of your system and you'll start to cramp up. But you know already, Quorum, you're just here for a week at this time of year, and you're already saying like, man, I can't believe what a difference it is working in the heat and how much more it taxes you, like both mentally and physically throughout the course of the day when you're in that direct sun. So, you know, it's not easy, you know. There's really no way to say like, oh, just other than suck it up, and it's part of doing business as a detailer in the summer in Las Vegas. A lot of people in the comments in some of the other videos have said things like, why don't you use a canopy, right? Like one of those tents that you set up, put the car under. The reason why I don't do that is here in Vegas, it's the high desert. The winds can come out of nowhere, and sometimes they'll gust up to like 30, 40 miles an hour. So to have one of those canopies, it has to be weighted down in each corner, heavily weighted down, not just with like 10 pounds on each corner, but you have to have it heavily, heavily weighted down, which means you have to transport a bunch of weights around to weight the thing down, have the actual canopy in your setup, which takes a bunch of room. And it's risky. I mean, if a breeze comes along and drags one of those metal legs down the side of a car like this, you know, you're talking it could cost thousands of dollars in an insurance claim. So, and then time-wise, it takes 15, 20 minutes to set up the canopy, another 15 to 20 to take it down, you know. For me, it's just like, I'd rather just get started on the detail, get going, and get it done.
It's like those detailers in California that have to set up the reclaiming mats or whatever for water.
I can't imagine having to deal with those water reclamation mats or get fined and stuff. I think if I had to deal with that, I would probably get into something else. I don't know.
Jeff the electrician.
Another business, yeah, besides that, I don't know.
The second question we have for you is, what's your biggest goal with this business in general?
So in general, I don't have any aspirations to open up like a shop or do PPF and get into tint and all that stuff. I don't really want anything to do with that. The goal is going to be more to expand the mobile detailing side, to start off with two units. We're going to add a second unit at some point this year, hopefully pretty soon. Potentially a third mobile unit, depending on how the growth goes with the second unit. We'll see how that plays out. But the goal is to start phasing my time out in the field back a little bit to where I'm not out here scrubbing wheels and tires all day in the hot sun. I still want to detail, but right now I'm doing this, you know, 70, 80 hours a week of manual labor where I need to be able to buy back some of my time, where I can commit to working more on the business than actually in the business. So I do need to like kind of pull back a little bit from that part of that, and that will also allow me more time to focus on putting out some new content and filming with Quorum. Just getting a real good, reliable team working with us that we can count on, that we can rely on. They have a strong work ethic that takes pride in the work, and they actually care about the job and the results. That's what we're looking at from the actual mobile side of the business. Aside from that, we'll be working on the Legends community, growing that, expanding that, helping other detailers out there achieve the goals that they want to achieve. So it's not all about just about what we want to do with Topstar, but we want to see other people grow and succeed. We want to take what I've learned, what Quorum's learned, share our knowledge that we've picked up along our journeys with other detailers that may not be where they want to be at in the game at this stage, or they're just getting started, or maybe thinking about starting a detailing business, and being able to help them you know, break past some of those barriers and take their business to the next level as well.
All right, Jeff, so the third question I had for you was, what are your plans for this year? But you kind of answered that in the last question. Looking to open up the Legends community, looking to build out a second trailer. But what about like the website and the SEO stuff, man?
Yeah, so that's starting to take off now as well. We are doing website builds and SEO services. I teamed up with an expert that handles my website, my SEO. We actually have several detailers using that service now, built out several sites, as well as several clients using the SEO services. I'm already starting to get some really good results and feedback from them. It is one of those things with SEO where it does take some time. So we're just getting started with that. You know, even with mine, when I started my SEO, it did take a couple months for it to kick in. So it is something you kind of have to be a little bit patient with. It's not gonna all of a sudden, you know, change your business in a week or 2 weeks or anything like that. It does take a while. You have to be patient. I want to say mine took right somewhere in that 2 to 3 month range before I started noticing significant results from it. But once it did kick in, it was night and day difference between the SEO that was being generated from my site combined with Google. So you have to have both of those things really dialed in for it to function at a high level. But once you get that figured out and once you get that done, for me anyway, once mine started to kick in, I went from like 4K to like 8K like that. It was like within that next month of the SEO really starting to work in. And then shortly after that, I went to like 10K, and from there on, I was 10K and above. I haven't had a month under 10K in, well, definitely not the last year. I don't think I've had a month under 10K, a month under 12K in the last year at all. So it's one of those things that's once it's going, it's fairly consistent as long as you stay consistent with continuing to get reviews for your Google page, making sure that the SEO is you know, continued on like a monthly service where we're going through that stuff and analyzing the data and making adjustments to certain keywords and things like that. But like everything in business, you know, it takes time. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. So you can't expect things to just change just like that, whether it's with SEO or just anything in general in your business. It's one of those things that takes commitment and discipline and consistency over time, you know? It's those little wins over and over again that add up to the big wins.
And guys, we're only taking a handful of detailers from each city because we don't want to outrank others. So if you're interested in getting a quote and talking to our guy, reach out to us via Instagram or any other thing. Call the number, text the number that Topstar has, and reach out. And then Jeff, this isn't a subscriber question, but I just want to put you on blast. Didn't you just get pulled over recently? Why don't you tell everybody what happened?
Yeah, let me move over this wheel here.
Okay.
So, recently I was running a little bit behind to an appointment, and it's no excuse, but I was kind of speeding on the highway. When I got pulled over, they said I was going like 88 miles an hour in a 55. Which can be considered reckless driving at that speed. I was pulling a trailer as well. And again, no excuse for it. I didn't actually even realize I was going that fast. That's the thing about the BMW is so smooth, even pulling a trailer, like it doesn't feel like you're going that fast even though you are. But the cop pulled me over, put the lights on, pulls up behind me. He came around to my passenger window, asked for my driver's license, registration, and insurance. And you know, he just said, you know, what's the hurry? Why are you driving so fast? And my father always told me to be like very respectful with police officers, say yes sir, no sir, yes officer. And I basically told him, look, I'm really sorry. I admit that I was probably driving a little too fast. You know, I know you're just doing your job, and I accept full accountability for my driving. I apologize. I was running a little bit behind, and I know that's not an excuse for doing that. And so he goes, all right, just hang there for a minute, I'll be back. Goes back to his car for a couple minutes, and he comes back up, and he said, hey, I really appreciate you being respectful. I appreciate you taking accountability for your actions, and I'm gonna let you slide with a warning on this one, but you need to slow down. you're pulling a trailer, that's dangerous. So I was like, no, I totally agree. You know, I appreciate you having some grace and some leniency on me. And he let me go and I was on my way. But it definitely was kind of an eye-opener for me because, you know, sometimes I am driving a little bit fast or running behind, and it really doesn't matter. Like if you're 5-10 minutes late or something, it's not worth, especially when you're running a business, like you're pulling a trailer with your logo on it, you know, you want to be responsible with that stuff. So I am trying to be more cautious going forward and slow down out there, drive safe, be careful.
But it doesn't help that we live in Vegas with some of the worst drivers in the country.
There's some shitty drivers in Vegas for sure. A lot of distracted drivers, people driving around, texting. I constantly have people pull in front of me and jam on their brakes, and I'm pulling a trailer full of water and they don't understand that I can't stop like a normal car. Like I need that extra, you know, 50 to 100 feet of stopping distance. So yeah, it can get frustrating driving around, especially when it's super hot out. Everybody's, you know, irritated and angry out there on the road. No one wants to let you in and stuff, but you know, just kind of let that stuff slide. I catch myself every once in a while feeling a little bit of road rage coming on where I just kind of want to like ram someone off the road, but can't go that route, especially when you're all logoed out with your business. You know, all it takes is them to like go, oh, okay, and then leave you a review for something stupid like that. So just be mindful of that stuff out there, guys, and take it easy, be careful, be respectful out there.
Hey, real quick, guys, I just wanted to show you the inside of this Aston Martin. I think this one just came out in 2025.
Don't touch any of the buttons, Corum.
Personally, I've never seen one on the inside, so I just wanted to take you guys along and show you. This is a British vehicle. Jeff and I pulled it around the parking lot, and it was crazy fast. So this is locked over here, but I just think it's a beautiful car. I just wanted to show it off. I'll give you guys some B-roll of when we're foaming it down and stuff. But yeah, beautiful vehicle. Super lucky to work on cars like this. So we did a review on the KEBTEK earlier, the foam cannon that they sent us. We've been using it all day. What's your final thoughts on it, man? How do you like the KEBTEK?
Yeah, I mean, it changed my life. I gotta say, like, this thing is amazing. Since then, I don't know, I just feel like stronger, more positive. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it's gonna be a great year now that we got KEBTEK, and we'll be incorporating this on a daily basis.
I think I'm gonna name my first son KEBTEK.
You should. I think that's a good name for him because it's pretty original. There's probably not gonna be too many kids named KEBTEK. Well, maybe after this video comes out, there's gonna be a bunch of them, but yeah, we'll see how your girl feels about that.
I mean, come on. You guys are paying $140 for a foam cannon that gives you subpar suds, man. Look at these suds.
I feel like the KEBTEK, it even makes the foam taste a little bit better. Like when it blows back into your face and you get some in your mouth, it's like, I don't mind it. When
yeah, there's a turkey dinner filter in it.
Yeah, it does taste like that a little bit. Like vanilla turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good. So yeah, guys, KEBTEK is an A+ in our book.
I mean, look at that disbursement, nice and even.
Gorgeous.
You can see the foam like.
Josh V, this could have been you, man. It's not too late though. It's not too late until KEBTEK takes over.
Bubby boy.
I love my little scrub sickle. I mean, it really just does a great job.
Scrubsicle for the bubsicle. The light reflecting off your calf is blinding me. So pasty.
Blinded by my calf.
Yeah, so security just rolled through a couple of minutes ago and wanted to know what kind of towel Corum was using. because they said it wasn't up to standards. I'm using the Dreadnought. Corum, what you got on your shoulder there? What are you using?
So this is a Chemical Guys towel.
Let's see here. Chemical Guys towel. Where the hell did this come from?
I don't know. I found it in your trailer.
So, all right, guilty as charged. When I first started the business, I actually bought this off of Amazon, and this was before I knew about the quality of Chemical Guys and most of their products. So I did purchase this towel a long time ago. It was sitting in a bin when I was going through some stuff, pulling out of the storage room, and we're just gonna test this on here, show you how this works. It's not bad for the first couple of pulls on it, but it's definitely not as absorbent as the Dreadnought towel. It almost feels like it's like repelling the water, like not really absorbing it that well.
Well, I did one earlier. I dried a car earlier when it was like semi-wet,
Yeah.
and it was streaking super bad.
I will say it's soft. I mean, it's definitely not going to scratch the car. It's just not as absorbent as like the Dreadnoughts. These Dreadnoughts are great. Like I could get through a whole car off of one Dreadnought this size, and I mean, they just hold the water a lot better, I think.
And they dry faster too.
And they dry fast. Yeah, when you hang these up, like even inside the trailer, we'll hang these up in between details, and from detail to detail, they'll pretty much be dry at the next location by the time we're ready to wash. So, I mean, not garbage, but it wasn't worth the price that I paid for it.
Yeah.
If I had to choose between the two again, I would go Dreadnought all the way.
Damn, dude, this car came out great, man.
Yeah, check it out. He's got a skateboard in here.
Oh, nice.
I wonder if he's a skater or if his kid's a skater. I bet you 20 bucks you could do a kickflip.
Yeah, I probably can't, but I'll try for the camera.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you 3 shots.
Okay.
You got 3 shots. If you land a kickflip, 20 bucks.
All right. Feetsies are wet.
Okay, guys, I made my director of operations, Corum, a wager. $20 that he couldn't land a kickflip in his first 3 tries. He says he can do it. Let's see what he's got.
I haven't touched a skateboard in a very long time.
Since you were 4 years old.
A very, very long time. But all it takes, in my opinion, is determination and belief in yourself. Just like with the business, you just get on it and you try it, okay?
There's one try. That was pretty good though, man.
I feel it coming back. It's like
I'd probably be on my ass.
muscle memory, right?
Yeah. Oh, close. Third try, bro. You got to make it happen on this one.
Okay.
It is a small board, man. It's probably designed for kids.
Yeah, but I can do it though.
All right. Oh!
Close enough, right?
That was close enough.
It was a little toe touch, but
I give it to you, man. Good shit, man. I'm proud of you.
thanks, bro. But I want you to give it a try.
Yeah?
Yeah, just one try.
I don't know, man. I'm probably gonna fall and break my ass or something.
You can't know until you try, Jeffrey.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
All right.
There we go.
Well, guys, I think I spoke too soon.
So that wraps up this detail, guys. Sun's about to go down. Absolutely beautiful day of detailing out here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you're enjoying the content. If you guys are getting value from this content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, you know the drill, and we'll see you in the next one. KEBTEK out.